Welcome back to Mark's workshop. Sunday the 2nd, I think it is, 3rd, I don't even know what day it is. I know it's Sunday. Didn't really have anything on today, so after tinkering with the fuel system yesterday, I've come back down to work to get more done on the system. So what we did yesterday was, and yesterday afternoon, so obviously we ran the dash 8 out of the back of the pickup. So we had two dash 8 fittings, but one up over the tank. It comes up, where is it? It actually comes up there from above the tank, comes up, goes around, goes into the fuel filter, the cheap eBay Adco brand, comes down. We do have to make an actual bracket to hold that yet, make something on it. Comes down to the fuel pump. So said nut inserts into the actual floor. I still got to wire it yet. We're gonna take the wiring off the original wiring here. So yeah, into the pump. It's actually a 380 litre per hour pump, not 300 like I thought. So then it comes out. Now this is all out of that cheap 70s, whatever it was, $70 plus dash 8 line kit. I don't know what it's going to be like, but so it comes out dash in. I've just bend into it there. I've only zip dyed it up at the moment, but we're down under the chassis, following it all up. Comes to here, comes back across. I've still got to make a I'll clip it to here. It was just to get it up for now and to sort it out. It goes up, bit of a pain there. So it goes up in the tunnel, right up. You can't really see it up there, but it goes up in the back of the firewall. Then goes through. So I'll lower the car down. I'll show you what I've done on to the next part. Just trying to finish it off and getting there. So yeah, all right. I'll quickly get it down and go to the next section. Okay, the fuel line comes up through the tunnel, as you can see, just down there. Cheap stainless steel rubber insulated lead P clips that I bought off AliExpress. Actually bought a couple of kits of them. So just these things off good old AliExpress. Different sizes, 14mm, 5/16, 3/8, blah blah blah, and so on. So I've just used those. This is actually the PQI kit. What's left of it, I took the bracket off. That's just a block off, which I don't even understand why they have it. So we've done that. Now, as I said, the line comes up here, the two P clips, one down there, one here, comes around under. This is the only best place I could really find at the moment. I tried to put it here, I tried to put it in here, the regulator, but it wasn't going to fit. So at the moment, it's where it's going. So it comes around. This is all on that eBay dash 8 kit, fuel line that I bought. I did have to go and buy today off friend Mark from Marshall Fittings. He sells all the Raceworks fittings and things like that. So yeah, Mark was lucky. He actually opened up his door for me today to go and get it because it's a Sunday, but I definitely needed that. This old fuel rail, it's all old. I do have a lot of leftover fittings, which I'll show you soon, but I'm just making up out of what I got, so I don't have to spend money. Mark looked after me on that. It was only 20 bucks. So now the next thing I've got to do, now this is the PQI fuel regulator to suit boost. As I said, that's it there. Now it comes with 3 different springs. Let's just put this how it was. So the middle spring is what was in it when I bought it. They give you a heavy spring and a light spring. So this one's 3 to 20 pounds. This is 20 to 45. This is 45 to 70, I think it's set in there. It's not too worried about. So we've got to change over to this one here. So this actually just goes in the end. And what I'll do is I'll quickly bolt all that back up, but that just goes back on there. Then we'll get on to the next part and I'll show you where I am from there. Thank you. Okay, so as I said, the PQI regulator comes with 3 springs. Using the lighter spring, I've got that back in now. I've put a another barb fitting on, which is just an 8 BSP thread. Actually, there's the old one I just took out. So, and the only other thing I've got to do now to hook this up, so I run a dash. This is a -6 return out of this regulator. It's come out the back. This is only just on here for reference. So it's going to run down here somewhere under. And what I'm going to do, let's see them. They're the main fuel lines from the tank. One's the pressure side, one's the return side. Now I'm just going to use those. I'll use one to start with. If it doesn't work, we'll go to 2 and I'll just tee it into it. But that will be my return back to the tank through one of these here. So yeah, just another quick little update today. Just had to get some more done. Doesn't look too bad there. Is it going to work? I don't know. So, and that's the gauge that come with the regulator. It's on there. Carb is done. I was lucky trying to figure out how to do all this and didn't realise these were all, this actual fuel line was all full of dirt from, like, I'm guessing wasp or something like that. So I was lucky when I was trying to figure out. I noticed that because I didn't even check it at first. So that's all cleaned up now. And yeah, so as I said, I have a lot of stuff, you know. Fuel lines are on the carburetor made up out of whatever we can source. That's what's left over out of that kit for $70 something off eBay, the -8 kit. Yeah, so I'm lucky, as I said, always say I'm lucky with what I got. Just kits like this one come off a mate. I bought all of his stuff years ago at a good price and that was in there. This stuff's really here from our tractor pull and racing sprint cars when we did it, you know, all left over from that. So yeah, so I've got a lot of stuff to choose from, but it is what it is. It's getting there, as I said. You know, hope you liked a little bit more of an update. Hopefully it's gets the approval. As I said, if you don't like it, leave a comment and we'll talk about it and go from there. But it's still a budget build. As I said, within that 2,000 range, a little bit over, depending on which way we look at it. You can actually be under. If we do it by the rules, it can be over what I've spent total. So yeah, we'll get onto that later. But thanks for watching. As I said, if you're new, please like it, send a message and comments, and we'll go from there. Right, thank you. Thanks for watching.